Hi guys, welcome to Laurie R Creations. This is my very first video on YouTube that's going to be a video actually instead of a picture-by-picture demonstration on how to make a craft. Today I want to show you guys how to make these really cute Scrabble tree decorations. They're so cute and so easy to make. And really don't cost a lot either. So my whole tree this year, the theme is going to be black and white, hence why you see black and white and silver. I'm also going to be adding touches of teal on my tree. So if you want, you can follow along with me. Each video from this point out will be doing a new ornament that I will be putting on my tree. And at the end, I will show you exactly what my tree looks like. So here we go. I'm going to tell you how to do this. First thing you'll want to have is you'll want to have a sheet of either matte paper or cardboard. I bought matte paper and I cut them into 1.5 inch wide strips. The next thing you're going to want to have either is cardstock or I'm using actually construction paper. This is cut into 1 inch wide strips. The last piece of paper that we'll be using other than the backing will be a kind of a decorative white. I don't know if you can see it here, but there's like a glittery, shimmery appearance to the top of this. And there's like a little bit of a pattern here too. It kind of sets off just the matte black and the matte white and gives it a little bit of shimmer when it's on the tree. So when the light hits it, it's really going to look cute. So then what you're going to also do is cut out a little 1 inch by 1 inch square of, I just used like the construction paper that I had, but you can use the cardstock if you're using cardstock. This is for the back of the ornament. This will cover up where the hanger will be glued. So that's why you need that. Then you're gonna need some Scrabble letters. I actually got these. Now, if you have an old Scrabble game and you want to tear your game apart and just use the letters, that's fine. I didn't need a board, I just needed the letters. And so I went to a shabby chic kind of vintage holiday sale, and this gal had a whole bucket full of these letters, which gave me the idea for these ornaments. I've seen it on Pinterest, but I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to try this or not, but I thought, it'd be really cute on my tree. So I actually paid 25 cents for each one of these letters. However, she did give me a discount on top of that 25% because I bought so many. So you can probably make a deal at these places, or, like I said, if you want to just tear your own Scrabble game apart, that's up to you. Then the next thing you're going to want is some sort of ribbon for the hanger. You can either use this really pretty silver knotting cord. It's very shimmery, but it's very thin. And so, if you're going to make a delicate version of this, then this would be great. You could buy this dollar store ribbon. It's kind of have it's got like a pretty silver and white pattern to it. So this was only $1 for a spool. The other thing, and actually what I'm going to be using is this, what is this? This is 1/8 inch wide white ribbon. I got this at a craft store and I've had this, so I didn't have to go out and buy it. I already had this from Christmas last year. The only other thing I could maybe say that if you wanted to, you could try jute. It will look cute and very farmhousey if that's the look you're going for. And you'll need a paper cutter. This will really come in handy because you really want to get straight cuts on your paper and your cardboard. I've got some glue sticks because I have a glue gun over here, and also some tacky glue or any other glue that you want to use that that works well on paper. I don't want to use my glue gun for the paper because it leaves lumps as it dries, and so I want it to dry flat, and so I use this tacky glue. I think you can maybe even get this at the dollar store. I just got it at my local craft supply place. Okay, so let's get started. So after you've cut your paper into strips, measure out your words. Each one is going to be a different length. I am doing the piece, which is probably the longest word I'm going to have here. So I measured it out to where I have a little bit of distance in the top and the bottom, as you can see on this one. I left some space. So measure out and cut how long you want your strip. Then you're going to figure out which is your right side, the good side of your cardstock or your matte paper. And you're going to take some of your tacky glue and you're just going to outline. For this, you really don't need to have a whole lot of glue. You just want to hold the paper down on here. So that's what I'm doing here. And I like to spread it. I don't like a lot of clumps. So you can use a paintbrush for this. You can use your fingers. I don't really want to get my fingers dirty while I'm doing this craft. There's too many little things I don't want to have to keep washing my hands in between. Okay. And then you're going to place your black cardstock or black construction paper, leaving yourself kind of a nice little border, and smooth it out. Okay, then you're going to take your tacky glue again and you're going to do the whole thing over again for your small piece of white cardstock or decorative paper. I've seen a lot of these on Pinterest, and some of them are done on ribbon, and I just didn't want to go that route. I kind of wanted to give it a little more pizzazz. So I wanted to do paper. Okay, here we go. Now don't worry if a little bit oozes out. This is going to dry clear, so I'm not really concerned about that. Okay, there we go. Now, next step is to put these letters on here. So this is where you're going to use your glue gun. Again, with the letters, when you go to put them on, you're not going to need a whole lot of glue. I would just dab like the corners. These little pieces are so light. Okay. And kind of center it, leave yourself a little bit of a border. Now, if I was doing this without real-time video here, I would probably let this paper dry a little bit before I started to put my letters on there, but you can do it either way. It's fine. I would rather have a nice dry surface where the paper's not slipping all over the place. Okay, and we're going to do our E. Guys, this is just such the easiest craft. That's why I'm starting with this one. I have some other ornaments I'm going to be making, but I started, and I'm not actually going to bump it all together. You can. I'm just not going to do it too tight together. Oh, my little paper slip. Okay. I think it's all in personal choice and how you want it to look. If you want your letters to be tight up against each other, then do that. Especially if you're going to be putting something on the bottom or the top, like I did on my sample one. The one thing about the hot glue, once you place it, you kind of have to leave it because you don't want to be pushing it around on here, and it dries so quick. Okay, we're going to do our C. Now, earlier when I did my sample ornament, I had Christmas music playing in the background. So it just gets me in the spirit. So if you want to do that too, you can. Okay, the last one. A little bit more in there. Okay. Now, I left a little room at the bottom here extra because when I went to put this ribbon on, I needed a little bit of extra space. So I left a little bit of room at the bottom. So you don't need to put the little bow on the bottom. That was just my embellishment to kind of help give it some more bling when it gets on my tree. You guys will understand once you see my whole tree together. Okay, so now what I want to show you is different ways that you can decorate this. If you're into more of the farmhouse look, you can always take some jute and attach it on the back with a dab of glue from your glue gun and wrap it a couple of times on the bottom. See if I can move this a little bit. Like that. You can do that. And then do a jute hanger on the back. Okay. Or you could do this. Tie a knot or a bow, I'm sorry, with the jute and attach it with a dab of glue on the bottom and use your jute as your hanger. Lots of ways you can do this. You can make this very farmhouse. You can make this really fancy by using some glitter if you wanted to run a line of glitter around this. There's just so many cool things that you could do once your imagination gets going, and that's what it's about, is getting your creativity and your imagination going. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to flip over the card. We are just going to do, as I did before, a hanger like this. So you're probably going to want to measure out, well, let's see, it will be, I am measuring, it's about a 10-inch, we're going to say 11-inch piece of this ribbon. And what I like to do is you fold it in half, and in the very end, you're going to put a knot in it. That will help the glue to hold it and adhere to the back of your card. Rather than gluing this flat, it's nice to have that little knot. You can put a big daub of glue on the back to hold it. These ornaments are not real heavy, so it's not like they're gonna weigh your branch down very much. However, I guess the longer your word, the heavier your ornament's gonna be. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a daub of glue right here, and we're gonna stick our hanger right there. Okay. And I'm using my hot glue gun for that. You got to be careful, because putting this on here on the hot glue, you know, you can burn yourself. So what I do is I pull on both ends of it and push down, and that really gets the glue in. The other thing that's going to help this hanger to stay on here is this little backer that you're putting on the back. This is going to be put on with actually my glue gun. So we'll do that. And you want to put it just where it covers. There you go. Just like that. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So, as I said before, I mean, if you're really wanting to go the farmhouse route, you can always put a little jute bow down here. I'm probably going to do another one of these bows to put on there. And that's it, guys. That's all there is to this craft. This is so easy, and you could do quite a few of these to hang on your tree. I did purchase some 4-inch by 4-inch Scrabble letters out of wood that someone had made. It's very light wood, and I'm going to actually put Merry Christmas. I'm going to string them up and put Merry Christmas on the front of my tree. So these will be a perfect accessory to that. Okay? And if you want to follow me, subscribe to my channel. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a whole ton of Christmas decorations, so follow me. And a lot of them are actually going to be dollar store finds and on the cheap. So have a great day and make lots of crafts.